Okay, so this is Cherie Borrow, right?
Yep.
Right, that's your name? Yeah, last name? Okay, Cherie Borrow. And so how long have you been with Children's Aid?
I've been with the Bruce Children's Special Foundation this will be my fourth Christmas, so I'm in my fourth year. Just to kind of explain, the Bruce Children's Special Foundation is a foundation that receives donations for the Children's Aid Society of County of Bruce. So we're actually a separate entity with our own board of directors and legally our own organization, but we're here to support children receiving services at the Children's Aid Society for the County of Bruce.
Okay, and so how important is the toy drives to success to your program?
It's really important. A lot of our families struggle financially, and and they have some other issues, which is why they're involved. Now, the families we support at the foundation are the ones who are still at home with their parents or guardian, so they're not in in a foster care situation. They are still at home, and it's not really fair. They'll go to school. This family's struggling financially. They go to school, and all their friends around them have gotten something for Christmas, really special for Christmas, and they don't. That's not really fair to them. They don't understand what financial problems are, and neither should they. They should just be allowed to be a kid.
Right, so that brings up an important point. One of the questions is they have to be financially, in order to benefit from this program, do they have to have financial concerns?
The workers are the social workers that deal with the families will put families forward to who they think would need it. Most of the families will be financially struggling at some point, or struggling in a way that a Christmas gift would really help them out quite a bit. We also do an adoptive family program for families who are in most need. These are families who have had their hydro shut off or about to have their hydro shut off. They're families who, one of them, for example, had no food. They had no groceries, and they couldn't get to a food bank. They were struggling that way. So a lot of our families are struggling financially. The ones in most need are the ones in the adoptive family program, but they can only be adopted once. The social workers are it's their responsibility to put the families forward who they think can benefit from this program.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? I just couldn't imagine the job you guys do. We just want to thank you for that. And just can't imagine that there's people in this day and age in our community that are suffering in that way.
Well, I think it's different in a rural community versus a city. You go to Toronto, you see the homeless people on the street, you see the shelters. Whereas in a place like this, you don't see the people who are struggling. They don't have enough money to pay all their bills, so they choose between food or having a roof over the head, or heat and having a roof over their head. I do have a couple families in my adoptive family, one family in particular that's homeless. I do have a family who's getting evicted because they can't afford their rent. And so it's just not seen when you walk down the street like it is in the city. Right. And I think that's why people don't realize how big of a need there actually is.
Yeah, and that's, and of course we're doing this video to help create awareness and increase awareness in our community about these needs. Yeah. Now, a lot of the questions or concerns is that that this foundation is more for our region versus community. Like, would you like to comment on that a little bit? As far as people want to make sure they donate and it stays in their community. And I say, well, this is our community, even though that sometimes these things may go further.
Our clients all are pretty much within Bruce County. We'll have the odd one that's a little over the line into Gray, like right on the edge of Hanover there, because for whatever reason they're with us. But for the most part, they're all in Bruce County, but that's a huge area. So we're going right up to Tobermory.
Right.
Right down to, Teeswater, Malamé, the shoreline, all of that. And that is our community. It's all rural. It is our community. We're all alike in this area, and I think we need to support for more than just who's in our town. I think community is bigger than that.
Right. And I think there was concerns with amalgamation that things would be even just getting more distant and less personalized to the needs for our community.
Well, as we talked about earlier, with the amalgamation of Children's Aid, Bruce and Gray County, it's going to be different for the foundation as well. Now, it hasn't been officially done yet, but they're looking into, my board voted yes on this, taking on Gray County as a separate foundation from the Children's Aid. So our new organization will have a separate foundation as well, and they'll take on Gray County, and they're going to really work together. They want a board that has people from Bruce and Grey County, so it's equal representation. Nobody is forgotten, and we can somehow arrange something to get out there to the full community of Bruce and Grey County. We don't want it to be less personal. We're going to do whatever we can to make sure it stays just as personal as it is now.
Okay, awesome. All right. So next year?
We don't know yet.
Okay, need more.
Yes, we'll need more. How we do the program next year may be different, only because right now we have a group of volunteers who literally put the hampers together, but there's just no way we can take that on with another county. We will probably be looking at something a lot, even more personal than how we do it now with like an angel tree type thing is what I'm thinking, but I mean, I can't tell you for sure what will happen next year until we get that far. Now, our foundation name will be changing, but we can't make those legal changes. We have to change our mandate and some other things, and we can't make them till April 1st. And the reason why is because our mandate now says we're here for the Children's Aid Society County of Bruce. We can't change our mandate saying we're here for the new organization when the new organization does not officially legally exist until April 1st.
Right.
So we are unable to make those changes until that time.
Well, you're in a kind of a tough spot then, but any last words?
Just bear with us over the next year or so. We'll probably have a few bugs, and I mean, feedback is always welcome to how we can get out to everybody and what makes people happy. What takes you to want to be able to donate, and I mean, we can take all that into consideration and do what we can. And like I said, just to bear with us while we work out all those kinks. We're going to do the best we can.
Okay, so you said feedback's important. How can people reach you?
Well, yeah, they can send me feedback. Now, I may not be the person doing the job next year. We don't know who will. But I can certainly pass that along if there are people like feedback. I can't do anything about not taking on Grey County, but feedback on what would make them donate, like if they prefer something like this or they prefer something more personal or something else, what makes people want to donate. And they can reach me, if you go on our website, you can actually just email me, and our website's www.brucecas.ca/foundation.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good.